to slowly move into the more cosmic space. And one of the main entrance for that is the cerebrospinal fluid.
Takže poďme vlastne do kozmického priestoru a ten jeden z základných vstupov je nájsť synovial mozgomiešňu tekutinu.
Which is a fluid inside the brain and inside the...
Čo je tekutina, ktorá je vnútri v mozgu, v ktorej pláva mozog a nervový systém mecha.
So we will prepare with what the dive we did yesterday with the petal O, when we...
Takže pripravíme sa vlastne tým lupienkovým O, pôjdeme doprava doľava, to, čo sme robili včera.
And so in this one you can, in this one you can, you can find different position that feels, if this is too much, you can...
Hej, keby to bolo príliš veľa s tými nohami, tak môžeš ísť s nohami pokrčenými, alebo takto.
You also can go
alebo týmto spôsobom.
Yeah. So to make it like not like a torture moment for you.
Nemusíš to robiť, proste aby to bolo mučenie.
Yeah. And here. To really feel the... So probably you have more possibilities to move, to play with your C curve, the embryonic C curve in this position than here. So, but here you will also really work the deep structure. So this is so very nice to kind of really open your pelvic floor and elongate your tissues. So you can choose. You can kind of play with different positions. So, yeah. Okay. Clear?
Že môžeš vlastne predĺžiť vlastne tieto nohy a môžeš sa takto trošku hlbšie hrať s rôznymi štruktúrami, ale môžeš sa hrať s tými rôznymi pozíciami, vybrať si.
What are your options?
Že vieš, ktoré sú tvoje možnosti?
Yes. Alright, so we have side.
Máme stranu. Pretočíme sa, rebro potiahneme. A potom dopredu, dozadu, C-čko.
And then we had the upper lip.
Potom sme mali hornú peru.
Actually, see what are the possibilities, the connection to really feel like you're pulling. You're pulling. Same here. It's like taking the skin of the rabbit down.
Tak keby ste dávali králikovi kožu dole, také niečo. Ale je to najlepšie prirovnanie toho celého.
And then we had the retraction.
Potom máme retrakciu jazyka.
Very slow, super slow.
Veľmi pomaly. Super pomaly. A protrakciu.
Super slow.
Veľmi pomaly.
So really, this kind of movement really slow down your system. Maybe you feel it. You really go into this slow metabolic things, like it's all
Tento druh pohybu naozaj spomaluje tvoj systém a ideš do týchto naozaj pomalých metabolických systémov a pohybov.
Alright, that was yesterday.
Áno.
Yeah, and then we had the tongue clock and
A potom sme mali jazykové hodiny.
Well, I don't want to make it too long. So let's say that we just keep that to prepare the tissues.
Ale nechcem to nejako dávať príliš dlhé, ale je to na tú preparáciu na prípravu našich tkaní.
And then you're going to start from this point here, and with the theta breath, you're going to unzip a line that actually is the you know the this other fascia, so to the back, and into your spine.
A teraz pôjdeš vlastne od tohto stredu, od medziobočia do stredu chrbtice. Je to ako keby si otváral zips.
So,
až do stredu.
if you cannot, depending on your flex, it doesn't matter. You just visualize. If you can do that, you can do that. But if you cannot do it, if you're here, just visualize. And then you go into your tailbone.
A potom ideš po svojej kostrči.
With a theta breath.
S tetou.
Opening this line here. Then we're gonna go into the cave wind breath.
A potom pôjdeme do dýchu jaskyný vietor.
Try to feel the wind, the breath, really kind of moving the water of the CSF, the water of your brain.
Skús pozvať tento zvuk, aby naozaj pohol tvojou tekutinou, mozgomešnou tekutinou v tvojom mozgu, pod lebkou.
And then opening down from the back of your head here, opening down so you move into the spinal cord. I mean the space of the spinal cord and the
tube, dura mater.
The tube, the neural tube.
Potom vlastne prived ten zvuk do základnej lebky, aby si otvoril nervový kanál a chrbticu.
And what you will feel is that with this unzipping, I'm unzipping this, I'm opening the field of this fluid in the back. It's almost like you can feel that you are opening the back, you are opening like that, and the resonance of the fluid or the quality of the fluid will start to really be in your back, and you can really float in this kind of very, very clear and supporting space, very silent.
To, čo chceš vlastne urobiť, je akoby rozopnúť tento priestor, ale je to aj pozvať svoje tekutiny do tohto priestoru, otvoriť také bioenergetické pole tejto tekutiny a oprieť sa vlastne do tohto pola, tejto mozgomiešnej tekutiny. A aj frekvencie.
I'm going to show you some pictures,
Ukážem vám nejaké obrázky vlastne tam, kde bude z tých miest, s ktorými budeme pracovať a mozgomiešne tekutiny, no worries.
So you can actually really see how it looks inside.
A tak sa môžeme pozrieť vlastne, ako to vyzerá vo vnútri.
But before that, and then there is another very subtle breath. So you really have to come closer.
A teraz je tam naozaj ešte taký jeden veľmi subtilný dých a na to musíš prísť naozaj bližšie.
So it's a very small percussive movement of the vocal cord.
Je to veľmi jemný perkusívny
And you have to think it's a little bit like a frog that's jumping like that. That's not the sound. The sound is...
No je to proste jemnučký zvuk perkusívny a je to ako keď žaba skočí dopredu, nie naozaj, ale je to o zvuku.
Sorry. Tired.
Prepačte, unavený. Dnes sa musím viac sústrediť.
Yeah, you get it. Now it's there. So it took me like 300 years. So it's very subtle.
To mi zabralo skoro 300 rokov. We were talking about 300 years yesterday.
Yeah.
And the practice as if you have 300 years. That's quite kind of different.
So basically there is a, if it's too soft, you won't feel it. Like the one I was doing before, like, this is a bit too soft. It's more subtle, it's more...
Nerobí to tak jemne, ale ešte subtilnejšie, že to ešte viac...
It was good. This one was good. So you can you'll feel that something feels really... It's almost like you feel that something is opening and kind of... surrounding you like it's a field of love.
Field of rock?
Or love.
Love. Being in love with rock.
It feels really good, so it has to be love or it has to be something like that. It feels very
je to ako by sa ti niečo otváralo, proste, že sa otváraš do určitého pola lásky.
You can totally safely dissolve in the field and be like wherever you are. I mean.
A je to niečo, čo ťa môže trochu rozpustiť do priestoru. Niečo otvoriť a rozpustiť do priestoru pola.
So this is very much in the back of your system.
V podstate to je to vzadu z tvojho systému. That sounds coming from the back of the system. Or you're sensing
the whole
sequence.
The whole thing is very much in the back. It's very
tá sekvencia v zadnom systéme.
It's more embryologically. It's more connected to the back layer. You know the back layer, the ecto and the amniotic sac. Amniotic sac.
Takže vlastne v rámci embryológie je to napojené na amniotický sačok. Bak.
And actually, your CSF is what's left from the amniotic liquid.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to do that. But it's a fluid that was there in the very early moment of the embryo.
And vlastne, mozgomyšná tekutina je vlastne pozostatok aj z toho, čo tam bolo vlastne ešte predtým, ako ten prapôvod vlastne v tom váku.
So, and what happened, to make it shortly, is that so there are there are two layers, like the front body and the back body. So the endoderm, what we call, and the ectoderm. Takže
máme dve časti vlastne toho embryonálneho tela, že vpredu je ectoderm a vzadu endoderm.
It's like a disc.
Yeah.
A disc
a je to ako disk, keď si predstavíte taký...
And in between there will be what we call the meso. The meso will start to emerge later. But basically,
a v strede je vlastne mezoderm, ktorý bude vlastne sa rozširovať až potom neskôr vo vývoji embria.
Is surrounded by the amniotic sac, and there is an amniotic liquid all there, all in the back here.
Takže vlastne je to obalené celé tým amniotickým vákom. Nie sáčkom či vákom? Vákom. Amniotickým vákom. A v tom váku je vlastne napustená táto tekutina, amniotická tekutina.
And there is a moment where actually there will be a curve. So in this plane, there will be a curve that will happen. The cells will go like that.
A potom v nejakom bode vlastne sa tam vytvorí určitý úhol, určitý naklonenie, že sa vytvorí dutina, cez ktorej bude prúdiť potom tekutina. A potom sa to zazipsuje, že sa to zatvorí.
And that will be the beginning of your nervous system, the primary channel of the nervous system.
A toto bude vlastne ten začiatok miesta pre tvoj nervový systém. This primitive streak is called like that? No, it's not that.
The movement comes from the primitive streak.
Okay.
But yes, it continues, and it has this kind of a movement of. It's all cell migration. They migrate to different spaces and to create different spaces. And this is going to be on the midline.
In the middle. Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna. I can show you a picture, but I don't want to spend too much time with this. So it's.
Yeah. In this anatomy trends, there is good kind of steps by steps, like little bit like just to see what we are talking about.
The main thing that you want to feel is that you are actually getting back into this memory, and you are opening this memory, so you can get into the field of pre.
So I think it's at the beginning. Just a few pictures there of the creation. Is it there? Like tuto vlastne
It's actually here.
Vlastne tuto by ste si to vedeli viac predstaviť, ak ste to ešte nevideli.
But we don't have it on this picture. I think it's more really here. Yeah.
Takže vlastne o týchto rôznych vrstvách.
So you see, it kind of it was there, and then it's gonna go more, and then it's gonna close. It's gonna close. Yeah.
Potom sa to zatvorí.
And that's gonna create your nervous system with a, like the whole.
A toto čo bude vlastne tak?
You have the notochord in the center. The notochord is a
Toto bude tvoriť vlastne tvoj nový nervový systém a tam je aj notochord, línia notochord.
This is going to be your gut system, the front
a toto budú vlastne čreva. Toto budú vlastne vnútornosti.
So with a petal O, we are in this kind of
Takže s tým petálnym O, s lupienkovým O sme vlastne niekde tu.
And with this last sequence, we are more in this space here.
A s tou poslednou sekvenciou sme vlastne v tomto zadnom priestore. To, čo sme robili vlastne teraz, to čo budeme rozzipovávať. So this is the place which will close, which will zip. Takže toto je to miesto, ktoré sa neskôr zazipuje. O čom hovorí, že vlastne tu sa vytvorí určitá vlnka a nejakým spôsobom to bude pretekať tekutinka a toto sa zazipuje. A to je to, čo vlastne robíme, že odzipovávame a budeme cítiť elektromagnetické alebo biopole vlastne tej kraniosakrálnej tekutiny, mozgomiešnej tekutiny.
And all here it's fluid. It's this amniotic fluid sac. It's just there. So this is filled with fluid.
Tuto všade je vlastne tá amniotická tekutina, takže to je naplnené tekutinami.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to show you now like a real picture. So are you sensitive to seeing like a real body, dead body?
A ste taký ako otvorený tomu vidieť mŕtve telo a trošku ísť na pitvu? Tak keby nie, tak zatvorte, dívajte sa vonku.
Just that you can really see what how it looks.
Takže môžeme vidieť vlastne, čo naozaj je v našom tele.
All right. So So this is the whole nervous system. I mean, central, what we call the central.
Toto je nervový systém, to čo voláme centrálny nervový systém, CNS. CNS.
It's the whole thing. So the dura mater, it's the whole, let's say the whole, when you take it out, it's all inside. Yeah, you have all the envelopes, so you can really see the dura mater, so the outer fascia of the brain and the spinal cord. It's all that.
Takže vlastne toto dura mater, to môžete pekne vidieť, že vlastne čo je tá fascia, ktorá drží aj mozog, aj jechu, nervový systém.
It's one piece that's...
To pekne vidno, že to je proste jeden kus.
Bez lepky, to je mozog,
To je už len to vnútro, áno.
So inside is your brain. It's kind of an envelope, and then inside you have your brain.
Takže vo vnútri je vlastne už mozog, že to je tá obálka, hej, že...
This is just the fascia, but it's all inside, so it's...
Aha. Hej, tá plná v Číne volali prísna mama, ktorá drží vlastne to mekučké vo vnútri, že to je taká tá mama, ktorá chráni, to je jemná.
Okay, so this is that doesn't have the dura mater anymore. It's what we see what's inside this bag.
A toto už je bez dura mater, bez tej prísnej mamy, bez tej ochrany.
You see the spinal
tej fasciálnej
cord
ochrany.
with the nerves and we call it the horse tail, I think. The lacuture, I think. I don't know in English.
Toto vlastne, čo voláme vo francúzštine konský chvost. Ale nevieme si spomenúť.
But anyway, it starts in the lumbar spine. At the lumbar spine, it becomes this...
Každopádne to začína vlastne v lumbárnej chrbtici. A potom všetky nervy vlastne idú smerom dole, do nôh.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea. And this is... Between the first image that we have and this, you have the fluid. The fluid is inside this first bag.
A ten priestor, že vlastne čo ste videli predtým, že tam bola tá dura mater a toto, medzi týmito dvoma vecami je vlastne tá tekutina, mozgomiešná tekutina, v čom pláva vlastne tento systém, ktorý vidíte na obrázku.
So this is swimming into these outer things that we saw before, okay?
Takže to je...
Or floating.
Kam sa chceme dnes dostať? Čo chceme vlastne pozorovať?
Yeah. So this is the arachnoid membrane.
Toto je arachnoid membrane, arachnoidná membrána.
And the pia mater actually.
A pia mater.
So the pia mater is the most. That's what is taking is the pia mater. And the arachnoid is this very, very tiny, I think I have another picture that shows it better, this kind of very, very thin skin, like epithelium, on top. So it makes between the first things that we saw
and
this skin, you have another very small things, and it's all in water. So there's a lot of, it's very protected. Like the whole brain is really, so when you do like this, you don't bang your head.
Doesn't hit the skull. Takže vlastne to, čo vidíte, je vlastne to tenulinky je vlastne pia mater, ako keby protipol ten dura mater a potom je vlastne ešte ten arachnoid, ktorý vlastne tam úplne nie je vidno, ale má lepší ešte obrazok. Môžete vidieť, že ten mozog je veľmi, veľmi chránený vlastne pred tým buchnutím alebo úrazom. Že on je postarané práve týmito membránami a tekutinami.
What's really fascinating is, so here you have lots of involution.
A tu máte veľa involution, to čo voláme involution.
Spaces, and it's all filled with the CSF.
Je tam veľa to involution, to čo sa volá involution, ten pohyb, hej? Ten involution je called kind of shape, yeah? Involution is kind of shape?
It's exactly that. The involution
involution je táto záhybovosť vlastne štruktúr je vlastne vyplnená tekutinami. To všetko.
You see all these.
It looks like guts, Thomas
Huh?
says. It looks like guts.
Exactly. Yes. And
pre-
you know,
press
the
it down.
movement we are doing. The movement we are doing, like from. It's like that. That's the
A
idea.
ten pohyb vlastne, ktorý robíme tým zvukom teta, tak to je ono, ako čreva, ako mozog. Že to je vlastne niečo reálne, čo v našich systémoch je už.
So, this is a cittern for the CSF. This is the third ventricle. Ventricle. I don't know. Ventricle.
No.
So, but see how big it is.
Toto je tretí komora.
And this is, that's where you have the reserve of the CSF, of the fluid. So see how big it is here.
Pozrite sa, aké to je veľké, že tam je veľa tekutiny.
It's big
Aké to je
inside
to
of
priestor,
big
rezervoár.
big space inside of the brain. And from there, I mean, it all moves in all kind of, you have the third, the second ventricle, the first ventricle, and it all moves the fluid up and everywhere, up and down,
A
and
to
it all
všetko hýbe
has some
vlastne
kind of circulation.
tekutinu, že vlastne to
I mean, this
určitá
you perfectly know what that is.
To tvorí
But just
určitú
like-
cirkuláciu.
You know, if you want to comment or anything, please do it.
Ak by si chcela trošku niečo pridať, tak kúne.
So what is quite amazing is that you have this volume, this space inside your brain, and it's all filled with this fluid.
Čo veľmi fascinujúce je, že vlastne máme takúto jaskňu uprostred hlavy a je to vyplnené vodou.
Okay, so I think is there anything? Oh, that's really that's the arachnoid. You see,
Toto
what's
je
thinner.
vlastne arachnoid na tom obrázku.
And so you see again yeah. So here you see the whole size. So this is brainstem. This is the
Toto je
cerebellum
viecha, toto je cerebellum.
and the hypothalamus, and then this big ventricle, and then all the different. This is your front here.
From
And,
lobe.
Here you have the hypophyse, the pituitary gland, and the pineal gland here.
Žlázy vlastne, to čo
Pituitary,
vnútorný mozog.
pineal.
Šišinka a všetky tie.
Pituitary more here,
Epiphyse.
more in front here. Pineal a bit more in diagonal, more in the back.
May I add something?
Yeah.
Like if you want to learn to work with stress, this is so much important place. Like amygdala, like there's so much research about how these places can regulate stress and anxiety and really change heart rate and like to really to work psychologically, go and work somatically, and you can influence so much of our own stress. Takže keď na toto je veľa výskumu, že práve keď robíme somaticky s týmito miestami a meníme túto štruktúru, tak nám to môže veľmi pomôcť od úzkosti, stresu, od to prílišnej premýšľavosti a tak ďalej, že veľmi to môže meniť život tým, že vlastne máme úpravu týchto miest. Kraniosakrálni terapeuti pracujú vlastne s úpravou klínovej kosti sfenoidu, ktorý vlastne upraví rytmy v týchto miestach. So it's also working with the sphenoids, so which can help to really regulate this kind of fascias and liquids. And so for me, it's fascinating place. For me, it's just like how we can influence ourselves through these places. It's kind of magic.
Does it look like this in our examples?
Yeah.
Toto-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that looks like, it actually looks really beautiful, like a bird and like a...
Yeah, it's totally beautiful.
This is how
Je to,
It's totally like fractal. This looks like a cauliflower, like a tree, like a...
toto je krásny fraktál, ktorý môžeme vidieť, že to vyzerá ako kalera.
This is all your automatic movement, movement.
Kalera Garfield. Ale aj kalera by sme tam možno našli. Sorry.
So basically,
Takže v základe
you have to think that within. So this is the problem with this picture. It doesn't have the fluid.
čo je problém s týmto obrázkom, že nie je tam tekutina, chyba tam
So
tá
you
tekutina.
have to think that it's in water. It's living in water.
Že musíš si to tam doplniť, že toto celé žije v tekutine.
And in this water, you have quite some electrical. It's a very specific water in terms of electric charge, because it's highly conductive. this fluid.
Tam je veľa elektrického výboju, je tam veľa potencie, s ktorou sa dá pracovať, je tam náboj, ktorý môžeme ovplyvňovať.
So this is all electrical neurons. It's all electrical charge. Like it's light up like neurons. When there is a connection, that it's something, it lights up, it connects.
A je tam veľa akoby elektrických neurónov a keď vlastne to kontaktujeme, tak sa to celé zažne, ako keby what fires together, kind of like this firing neurons. So it's kind of, when we influence it, it kind of wires together differently.
They create they connect.
Takže vlastne tým, že vlastne tým pracujeme odlišne, tak sa tam urobia naozaj nové prepojenie. No, ale keď podporíme tú elektriku cez zvuk, frekvenciu a to vnímam, tak vlastne sa to začne pretvárať. Tie neuróny začnú spolu sa prepájať v rámci týchto elektrických impulzov, čo je skvelá, dobrá správa.
Neurons, it's millions, it's a lot.
Neurónov je veľa.
Perspective. Neurons are kind of stupid.
Ale neuróny nemajú životnú perspektívu, že sú celkom stupidné, alebo že áno, nie.
Yes, no.
Áno, nie.
But
ale
around the neurons,
okolo neurónov,
there are different type of brain cells.
Že máme tam rôzne mozgové bunky.
You have a family of cells we call the glial cells.
A máme tam rodinu buniek, ktoré voláme gliobunky. Gliové bunky.
And the glial cells have, it's still not so known. I mean, we know certain things, like they take care of the neurons, so they can do yes, no, really well.
Takže vlastne máme tu takéto väčšie sestry, ktoré sa starajú o toho malého neurónika, ktorý hovoril áno, nie.
And well, sometimes they don't actually, that's the problem. And that's really
avšak niekedy sa nestarajú. A to je ten problém.
So the glial cells are all around the astrocyte, so then they kind of take care, they nourish, they help repair whatever needs to repair.
Takže oni pomáhajú uzdravovať a opravovať to, čo je potrebné opraviť
a
uzdraviť.
They have different other functions. They seem to have also to have an immune function for the brain.
Majú veľa iných funkcií. Pomáha imunite.
And what they do is like they are like the neurons are really local, like yes, no, and the glial cells are more like spatial. They communicate through waves, calcium waves.
Neuróny hovoria tak veľmi jednoducho, lokálne. Áno, nie, ale tie gliobunky vlastne už komunikujú nelokálne viac cez vlnu.
So they seem to take care of the global thing.
Tak zdá sa, že vlastne sa starajú o tú globálnu vec. Globálny priestor, takže neuróny idú veľmi lokálne. Takže oni držia tento väčší obraz, väčší priestor.
And the interesting thing is like not all the animals' brain have a lot of glial cells, but what we notice, like elephant, for instance, have quite a large amount of glial cells. Some animals that seems to have pretty developed behavior or some kind of something have a lot of glial cells. Well, this is interesting.
Takže môžeme vidieť, že niektoré živočichy nemajú úplne veľa týchto gliobuniek, ale napríklad slony a iné rozvinuté citavce tak majú veľa týchto gliobuniek, čo je zaujímavé. Gliové, po slovensky gliové bunky.
Okay. So that was a little just so you know a little bit what's going on in this.
Takže len taká teória, aby si vedel, že na čo robíme vlastne tieto sekvencie, na čo robíme s tým zipsom a polom a tak ďalej, že to má určitú funkciu.
Yeah. And so let's go back to the dive. So where are we?
Poďme naspäť do toho ponoru, že kde sme skončili. Vlastne zvuk teta od stred čela smerom dozadu po chrbtici. Môže robiť raz, dva, trikrát. To môžeš cítiť proste, že to je viac otvorené, že sa to proste otvára.
And then you want to bring this cave wind breath.
A chceš potom priniesť tento zvuk vetra v jaskyni smerom k tej tekutine.
into all the spaces of the brain, all spaces in all the waters, in all the...
A do tekutín a priestorov, všetkých priestorov mozgu.
And you want to let it drop into the neural tube, so inside of the neural tube.
A potom to chceš vlastne celé uvoľniť a posunúť do nervovej trubice.
So when you swallow,
nervová trubica?
When you swallow, it's your digestive, so it's behind. You have to feel that it's behind your... I swallow, so I have to go behind my larynx to feel this tube.
Môžeš si pomôcť prehltnutím, aby si navnímal tú priestorovosť, že kam chceš ísť, že chcem ísť práve do tohto zadného priestoru za hrtanom a posúvať ten zvuk práve tam. Takže môžeš si pomôcť prehltnutím, aby si to našiel.
And then with this,
a potom s týmto zvukom
I feel like something is my whole system has changed.
A môžem cítiť, že môj systém sa mení.
I feel something very silent. I feel very supported in my back. You know, I can feel I can lean more.
Ja sa cítim veľmi podporený zadným priestorom, do ktorého sa môžem postupne opierať.
And eventually you will drop into this space here.
A postupne sa môžeš takto uvoľniť do tohto priestoru vzadu.
And here I'm going to, so the astrocyte is like an octopus. This glial cell called astrocyte. It's like
Astrocyte.
Like a star.
Astrocity, ale neviem v česky, to je ako latinský.
Astrocyty sú ako oktopus.
Hvizdicovitý tvar.
It has like it goes like, maybe there is some pictures, but you can just think your hand, your fingers are an astrocyte.
Môžeš si predstaviť, že tvoje ruky sú astrocity.
And so I'm going to cue the glial cells from my fingers with a cave wind, and it's in the space around my skull.
I'm going to cue glue. It's cue.
To cue.
To
meaning
cue.
Like I'm
Cueing.
Cueing means
like to join. You mean?
No.
No.
Cueing means like I contact.
Okay.
I contact my glial cells through. It's like it's not a fractal, but it's kind of. I'm imitating the motion, the movement. So I'm imagining this is an astrocyte, a glial cells, and I make a resonance with my glial cells. And just feel you feel what happened.
Prepájam všetky veci, ktoré sú tam, proste gliosel, skúste to, trošku som uletel na pár sekúnd.
Že tá ruka vlastně jako vnímá to, co vnímáte zároveň v té hlavě, že se ten astrocit vlastně napojuje na ty tekutiny a tak dále. Že ta ruka dělá pohyb a zároveň to vnímáte to, že se to může dít v té hlavě.
Díky, Danka, že trošku odletel.
So you can start maybe really close to your hand if you want and feel this micro movement and then make it big, like the space become the space.
Takže môžeš vlastne vnímať tento mikropohyb ruky a vnímať tento priestor, ktorý ide od hlavy, ktorý sa zväčšuje, do ktorého robíš zvuk.
So when we say we are cueing the glial cells, we are not cueing a signal, yes, no, yes, no, yes, on, off. It's a global sense. And yet it's totally connected, it's a network.
Takže nie, že by sa sústredil úplne na tie jednotlivé časti, ale je to o tom globálnom pocite, ktorý tam robím, že to je o tom celkovom priestore, ktorý sa snažím pozvať vlastne do tej spolupráce, prepojenosti.
Some people call the glial cells tissue like the fascia of the brain.
Tie gliové bunky niekto volá ako keby fascia mozgu, že to je niečo, čo prepája jednotlivé časti.
Connective connection. It kind of hold the whole thing together.
A je to niečo, čo vlastne drží to dohromady.
And through this you have lots of neurons, millions of neurons that are just like pathways, very, very quick pathways.
A toto tvorí proste vlastne tú sieť, ako keby fasciálnu sieť, cez ktoré môžu tieto neuróny cestovať. Že to je veľmi, veľmi dôležitá štruktúra, ktorú my môžeme vlastne týmto zvukom ovplyvniť.
So very important to have a balance between the glial activity and the neuron activity, the neuronal activity. Neuron is all like I can proceed a lot of things because it's really fast, super fast. Glial cell is not as fast. It's global. It takes the whole picture, and it works through waves.
Takže to je veľmi dôležité mať vyrovnané vlastne tieto dve aktivity, že neuróny sú veľmi, veľmi rýchle a gliové bunky majú úplne iné rytmy. Takže vlastne je fajn ich pozvať do rovnováhy.
Anyway, that's just inspiration. Yeah.
Takže to je len inšpirácia.
You know when we like moving with the muscles and with our body, so when the fascia stretches, sometimes we feel that it was tight. So it has the sensation. Mm-hmm. So we can feel that pretty much in our head as well when it has, because I never thought about it, that I can feel it there. So that's probably also as we're stretching, so it stretches there and then.
Yeah. I mean,
Prelož sa prosím.
Ja som sa pýtala, teraz vlastne hovorila, že okolo tej hlavy je fascia, takže či aj tam, viete, keď sa naťahujeme a cítite také natiahnuté svalstvo, okolo napríklad to, čo spustíme na stierne alebo v rukách, či to môžeme cítiť aj okolo hlavy, tej latky.
Yeah. So, do you have enough food for thought, so you can work on something? We're putting this so we have something to anchor, because it's so internal and it's so it's how do we contact that? So we need to have a bit of something concrete. But then it's the experience.
What was the sound? It was K sound?
Je to, že to je proste nejaká potreba premysel, aby sme trošku vedeli, že kam smerovať, alebo keby sme chceli trošku viac odborné, nejaký ten baseline na to, prečo robiť to, čo robiť. Možno ten význam, ako sme sa bavili. Že začneme v sede a potom petal O. On navníma aj ten priestor, ktorý sa tam tvorí. Potom na druhú stranu.
So it takes some time to go a little bit faster. Then in the front, finding all the different curves that can happen.
A potom rozdielne C-čka, predklony, zákony, zavíjanie, odvíjanie.
So open attention. So here I'm really very much in my front body, this kind of digestive. And we didn't talk about it, but here I had before the vitelline, the yolk sac where I ate my food and then it became my digestive tube. So it's just like we're connecting this very specific space.
Takže sme v tomto prednom priestore, v tom yolk-saku, vlastne, ktorý sa stáva vlastne neskôr môj tráviaci systém.
Then I'm going to cue upper lips.
Takže potom sa vlastne sústredím na hornú péru, ktorú zaviem,
Lower lips.
a potom spodnú.
You hear?
Počuli ste?
And then I'm going to retract my tongue.
A potom retrakcia jazyka smerom naspäť. A protrakcia jazyka.
When I come back, I can really caress slowly the roof of my mouth.
Potom pomaličky pohľadím jazykom od kožu na podnebí
I'm making love with myself.
a milujem sa sám so sebou jazykom na podnebí.
Okay, a couple times. And
A robím to párkrát.
open attention.
Potom open attention.
And then I'm going to unzip with the theta breath.
Potom theta breath. A ideme
On the midline.
na stredovú líniu, ideme od korenia nosa pomaličky dozadu.
So basically you're marking, you have your two hemispheres, you're in the middle.
Takže máme dve hemisféry a vlastne sme uprostred nich.
So very slow, then you draw to the back of your occiput, then into your spine, to your neural tube,
Takže veľmi pomaličky.
and then down. If you can, like you can also visualize it. Just like sometimes when you use touch, it's easy to feel.
Takže potom v tvojej nervovej trubici a môžeš použiť aj dotyk, ak ti to pomôže proste trošku viac cítiť toto miesto.
Into your tailbone.
Až k tvojmu kokixu postrčí.
Open attention.
Open attention.
And then I'm going to move from the space between the different fascia of the brain, the skull, the arachnoid. It's all in fluid, so.
Takže potom pomaličky vlastne otváraš lebku, arachnoid, dura mater, pia mater, vlastne ideš do týchto priestorov s vetrom, jaskyne. Is the wind of the cave outside.
And then you can also go with this breath into the cavity of inside the brain, into all this circumvolution.
Potom ideš do
It's gonna be nice.
týchto priestorov, komôr, vlastne akoby jaskyní, dutín, týmto zvukom ale aj tekutín, ktoré sú v týchto dutinách.
And then you try to find like a waterfall. This liquid, the CSF, is also going down into your neural tube.
A takisto táto mozgomiešná tekutina ide pomaličky dole do tvojej nervovej trubice a môže sa na to pomaličky takto spájať.
And it's actually going into
No to napájať.
into your nerves. It's actually going also into your system. But we just.
A samozrejme ide to do celého tvojho nervového systému, ale naše sústredenie je v tejto stredovej linii.
Open attention.
Open attention, na chvíľu.
So you will feel maybe more and more that you feel this backspace, and it's spacious and it's very quiet, has very specific quality, and then find this little.
A potom nájdi tento jemný mozgomiešný zvuk.
And feel that it can open even more, like almost like you flood into this you're floating, or it's floating.
A môžeš sa
Blood.
potom pomaličky odovzdávať a odovzdávaš sa ako vo vesmíre alebo vo vode do tohto zadného priestoru, ktorý je už podporený vlastne tým
So you can feel
túto
this
bioenergiou mozgomiešnej
fluid
tekutiny.
presence in the back.
Tak tá tekutinová prítomnosť v tvojej zadnej línii
And you can actually go down, you can actually fall on the floor.
a pomaličky môžeš klesať a padať na podlahu.
And then the last part is cueing very micro movement around your hand with a cave ring.
A potom pomaličky prepájať tieto mikropohyby okolo tvojej lebky a s týmto malým pohybom rúk.
And then you go into open attention.
A potom ideš do open attention.
Okay?
Okay. Mhm.
And if you miss something, it's okay. If you miss a couple things.
A keď ti niečo bude chýbať, tak to je OK.
What sound you used for the last one?
The cave ring is in line.
Hej. Na tú poslednú časť, čo si použil, že to bol ten dých jaskyne. Vietor jaskyne.
Yeah.
Okay?
Alright, and again, if you miss something, you can have a look there, but also it doesn't really, not, nothing is gonna happen. It's not gonna be like coming back like that.
Hej, že môžeš, tu je keď. Hej, že
Or like just half of you.
proste nejde o to, že keď niečo zabudneš, je to OK, môžeš sa každopádne tam kúknúť, sem tam, keby si niečo zabudol a nejde to, že bude bez známku.
Find that density in moving, not in the cosmic space, but in moving again.
Že vlastne moving again in the density,
Yeah,
yeah?
like for instance, like Susanna,
Yes.
she ended up like in the kind of big
This-
space, but feeling actually more density
Yes,
in
yes.
some place. So then you go back into the more active movement,
OK,
and you meet that
OK.
density actually there. You meet it. You can meet it again and find the wave, but it's like from the beginning, from the really the kind of where you engage your body much more, when you're more active in it. So you can meet the density that you felt in the more big space. You can meet it and you can work with it and find.
Like now, if you just now go to the bigger movement, to the jungle gym, so she could work with the density like in the like memory kind
with
stuff.
movement.
And now, like because she has good memory about that, and she can work with it now.
Yeah, and
Yes.
now, but also in the way the sequence.
I
will
see.
work.
Yeah.
We want to do a cycle.
Takže priniesť to, akože už sa ti to objavilo dvakrát, takže vlastne môžeš to priniesť ako keby si ako tému a môžeš vlastne pracovať už veľkými pohybmi, že môžeš otvárať rebra, môžeš to už pripravovať, tú hustotu, to, čo si cítila, trošku to konkrétne, nebyť možno v členkoch toľko, ale môžeme práve už, že už vieš, že to je tam a znovu layer, ale že môžeš ísť aj hrubými pohybmi, už do toho. Hej? Čo sme možno nerobili minulý rok, že sme nemali možno k dispozícii toľko hrubších pohybov, tak? Vieš, čo myslím? Dáva zmysel?
Že bolo znamená, že to bolo ako keby, že to išlo, že to tlačenie išlo z priestoru. Ani nie z tela, ale ako keby to
Hej, áno.
Že priestor tlačil.
Ale o to teďka právě to říkal, že když to ucítíš v tom velkém prostoru, tak se vrátí do té první anatomie a vlastně do těch pohybů, který ovládáme, a pak se zase vrací do toho.
Alright, so 3 elements of the first, let's say, the more active things is really to find ways to move in between the cultural anatomy. So we are trying to find opening in the way we move. So remember the first thing that we did was like we push and we release, finding this push and release.
Takže prvé, čo sme robili, vlastne bolo to zatlačenie, že od chodidiel, od členkov, od holenej kosti cez krížovú kosť a až hore urobiť vlnu a smerom do rúk, že preniesť tú váhu, uvoľniť.
And I can find it in my hands.
Že môžem to nájsť vlastne vo svojich rukách, tú podporu
Push.
a nejakým spôsobom zatláčam od chodidel a tuto hľadám len určité odozdanie sa gravitácii a
Yeah. And I can go sideways, I can go, I can go away like that, but I can also go.
hej, to môžem ísť vlastne tak, ako ste videli predtým, alebo môžem ísť bokmi.
And we can work with the jack.
A robím so žakom, so žz.
Okay? And I can be on all four, I can be on like that.
Že môže byť na štyroch, môže byť takto, v takom psovi.
What we've been doing it quite. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Mhm.
Second proposition is just the breath.
Potom je to
Very fluid.
veľmi tekutý húbred.
Oops. All these orbital.
Veľmi, veľmi orbitálne a môžeš použiť aj svoje zviera. So you can use your animal too.
Yeah, and then that's what you do then.
A to
You
čo
roll
ideš
your
robiť?
tail.
A čo ideš robiť potom?
You roll your tail with the blur.
Ideš trošku zavrtiť chvostom a použiť blur. Zvuk.
So you can really feel much more energized from that. And it's not aggression, it's very nice.
Že nie je to proste energetizujúce, nie je to agresia, je to pekné, berievné.
Okay? That's okay. Then we're going to work with, remember the first sequence we did? We're going to take that again.
Že pôjdeme ďalej, že pôjdeme do I, laterálne.
Draw a side line. Remember that one? Okay, so you can do it a couple of times if you want, or 3 times to get into this one, and then this one.
Tento a potom tento.
So to really get a sense of this lateral.
A trošku navnímať tento laterálny priestor.
And then here we're gonna work again with the one you all hate.
Môžeme robiť zase s tým, čo všetci nenávidíte, to zo srandy.
So this is more like I'm really working at the same time a bit everywhere. My toes, my hands.
To pracujem s palcami, s prstami na rukách.
I'm cueing from the space between my fingers to find actually lots of spiraling. You see, there's a lot of spiraling. because the tissues are spiraling. I mean, actually, they're spiraling.
To sa snažím preskúmavať tento mikropriestor medzi prstami, prepájať vlastne ten mikropriestor, mikropohybmi a všetko je tam špirálovité, lebo aj naše tkaniva sú špirálovité, takže chod s tým.
Alright, it's very nice actually, yeah?
Takže veľmi príjemné.
You can stay there for a while.
Môžeš tam ostať tak dlho, ako chceš.
And see if you can suspend.
A pozri sa na to, že všimni si, že ako sa môžeš otvoriť viac. Ako môžeš ísť trošku...
So when you can stay in a position like that for a long time,
Suspend?
suspend. Suspension.
Like
Suspending.
expanding? Suspend. Zastaviť sa, pardon.
So you see my pelvis is angulating and I have absolutely no effort whatsoever. I'm super totally light and I feel like I'm floating.
Takže hľadajú vlastne spôsob, ako sa vieš zastaviť vlastne v takejto pozícii a trošku tam byť viac levitačný, viac ľahký. Že to nie je ľahké.
Coffee or whatever.
Môžeme si dať kávičku tam, pozrieť si film,
play
niečo tak.
games.
Zahrať si Nintendo, čokoľvek.
No effort at all.
Nie je tam,
muscle,
že
whatever.
nie je tam práca so svalmi, je to viac o inom.
So just play a bit with that, with kind of feeling like, can I suspend? Can I stay in the? And actually, when I suspend, the space also becomes very supportive, very alive.
A keď ja vlastne ostanem v tomto priestore nejaký čas, tak to môže byť veľmi oživujúce.
So look, this is terribly exhausting.
Pozrite, toto je veľmi, veľmi unavujúce.
And really.
For translation.
Well, that's all because yeah. All right. So, what do we have after that? We have yeah. Then we have one last moment where you join your hands and you join your feet, and that's your whale moment. Remember?
A toto je vlastne, keď si spojíš chodidla a dlane a toto je ten veľrybý moment. Pamätáš si?
So here you fall into the depths of the ocean. You fall.
A
So
padáš do hĺbky oceánu.
Actually, this is just looks like, like a simple, but it's very specific.
To sa zdá, že to je ako veľmi nejaké základné, jednoduché, ale to je veľmi špecifické.
What do you think happened here?
Čo si všimol, že sa
What do you
deje?
feel that happened? What's your sense? What's your sense, Michal, when you're like that?
Čo cítiš, keď si takto, Michal? Čo cítiš?
I suppose as being like that.
To máš closed system.
It's the energy start to circulate, and actually
Energia začne cirkulovať.
what you do is like you're charging. You're charging your battery.
To, čo robíš, je vlastne, že nabíjaš batériu.
Here you're engaging, so you're connecting, you receive information, you receive energy, you whatever, and here you self-charging, you recycle.
A tu vlastne už recykluješ, seba nabíjaš. It's not galvanizing, it's charging.
It's charging, it's kind of harnessing.
Harnessing, to je to zbieranie toho ovocia. Ako som sa bavil, že keď zbieraš jablčka, že vlastne nabíjaš.
And that's also, when you're a little bit too diffused, when you feel that, oh my
A
God,
keď si trošku viac v oblakoch alebo
you're close, your system.
vyparený v priestore, tak potrebuješ sa trošku zase vrátiť do stredu, tak toto je skvelé cvičenie práve na to.
So that's where I am.
Toto je, kde som.
That's where I feel myself.
To je tu, kde sa cítim.
Very important to charge that, to nourish this inner space. That's your inner space, really. Okay?
Naozaj vyživiť tento vnútorný priestor, to je dôležité, naozaj.
And you can, you can play with your tail, with dinosaur tail is your tail.
Môže sa hrať s dinosaurím chvostom, s plutvou, veľryby. Hej, možností veľa.
And then at some point, like see how you release and what happens when you release your circuit, your.
A všimni si, aké to je, keď pustíš ten okruh. Aké to je, keď to povolíš, to uzavretie a čo sa tam začne diať.
Ten okruh je bez zvuku.
That circuit that practiced before was without breath or sound.
Yeah, no, we have the wave sound. Yeah.
Mali sme veľrybý zvuk.
But what's really important is that here you will be able to hold lots of charge, so you will feel much slow down and much more suspended actually when after closing the circuit. So you see what it does.
Tam budeš cítiť, že môžeš o mnoho viac vydržať. Potom, keď nabiješ telo energiou, tak vlastne potom, keď to pustíš ten okruh, tak bude o mnoho ľahšie držať tie nohy hore aj ruky.
Okay, and open attention when you.
Open attention potom celom.
Okay, then we will go more into the other thing. So then we will do the tongue clock.
A potom pôjdeme do jazykových hodín.
Open attention. And here just play a little bit with your tongue.
A tam sa vám trošku pohrať s jazykom. Opäť retrakcia. Retraction, yes.
Oh no, we have to do this one, it's so good.
Toto musíme robiť, toto je fakt dobré.
So, come close.
Poďte bližšie.
So can you see my tongue doing that?
I was waiting for
So
something
it's like the you call it the stingray.
Takže vlastne jazyk je
So
ako
try it.
raja.
So it's the lateral side of your tongue.
Je to laterálna boky, laterálna strana
when it goes,
jazyka.
it kind of goes like that, and then it goes like that, and like that. So
Takže toto robí jazyk, čo vidíte rukami.
it's ecstasy.
Je to extáza.
Ten jazyk robiť sám. Keď sme robili to, tak úplne.
You're going to feel your diaphragm, and you're going to feel your iliac bones doing that. So do it.
Že môžeš cítiť bránicu a takisto môžeš iliak kosti.
You feel the iliac bones doing like that?
No, akoby sacroiliac joint, neviem to úplne v rýchlosti. S-ICOP.
It's very much the iliac crest that will move. Not so much here, more here.
Tie hrany. Lopaty, tak lopaty. Že bránica a lopaty a vlastne hore a dole lietaš.
So what you will feel also is like there is a kind of sucking. You can take it also from the middle, sucking down.
Že môžeš trošku akoby saješ trošku, akoby like baby, a little bit sucking. A je to vlastne akoby pri kojení, že trošku dáš tam ten tlak. Ako keby si poťahol mliečko. A cíti to až v pánve, cíti to v bránici.
So when you come back home, you can tell what you've been doing.
The whole story.
Keď prídeš domov, tam môžeš ukázať, čo sme tu robili a
Stingray with me.
môžeš ukázať, ako vieš robiť s jazykom raju.
I have the feeling that my ears are like the elephant ears.
Mám pocit, že moje uši sú teraz ako slone uši.
So, what's happening? Can you do it?
Čo sa deje?
It's not easy.
Yes. Ah, not easy, you mean the
Not easy,
the
not
upper
easy.
part.
Yes.
Too loud.
It's hard.
I know.
To není ono, že?
Think really. I mean, think more about the edge. Just think that the edge are doing like they are like. And that.
Na nemá boky, hej, že zamera sa na boky, úplne na tie okraje.
So, is it working a little bit?
Je to... Pracuje to? Ide to?
So. Yes.
Yes.
2 weeks. Yeah. Okay. So, after the tongue clock, you can do a little bit of flying.
Takže po tomto jazyku sa si môže trošku zalietať.
And then we have our heart
Potom máme srdce a čelo.
connection with the hum.
Prepojenie so zvukom humming. Hunkanie.
Yeah. I'm going to write it down.
Idem to napísať.
And so the last part, we're going to do it together. So we will bring two strings with a theta breath, and these strings are going to move into the nose, and they are going to make all kind of involution in the brain.
A ideme priniesť také dve
Like
prúžky.
really following, this morning we saw like all these things in the brain, like all this circumvolution in the brain. So with the theta breath, you imagine, but you have to imagine two strands. So you imagine two strands, and those strands start to. So what's going to be the most easiest is that they mirror each other.
Strings, like pre pružiny? Či...
Okay.
Streams? Streams. Aha. No, strings. Pružiny.
Strings.
Strings.
Strands. Sorry, strands. Like a no strand.
From metal, right? From metal.
No, from a strand is like it's like a rope or like a strand. Yes. Yeah. Strands.
Hej, takže dve vlákna, nie prúžiny si kovové prúžiny
So,
dáš.
well, it's basically you.
Dve vlákenka.
If you want to have a bit.
No, I was just going to translate like strings, like something metal you are kind of putting into your brain, and so I was just like better to ask so something like
I would prefer snakes and.
Takže špagaty.
Yeah.
Spaghetti is like rope, but spaghetti it can be also. But the best way is snakes maybe. Snakes. You can imagine
Or you
snakes.
can also think actually of your DNA strands. Your DNA strand, like the two DNA that's
Vlákna,
found.
presne to bude.
Takže,
You have one in each nose.
takže vlákna, takže si tým teta dýchom si vlastne vytváraš takéto vlákna a ideš pomaličky hore vlastne a cez celý mozog, cez tie záhyby, cez to involution, čo sme videli, cez ten...
It goes in and it
Multimedia.
penetrates all the circumvolution of your brain, And probably you will see them as mirroring, doing the same shape inside.
A možno budeš ich vnímať a vidieť, ako sa zrkadlia, že robia to isté a potom v určitom bode sa
You're going to
prepoja
cross the hemisphere,
a sa prepoja hemisféry
and then you're going to move away from your brain
a potom pôjdeš mimo
and
tvojej,
come back
mimo hlavy a potom zase pôjdeš naspäť.
and cross.
A ideš okolo a prejdeš
and cross all over.
a pôjdeš ďalej.
And the last part is like in the center of your brain, when you saw really the middle, the two strands are going to meet and kiss one another. And there,
A keď si videl, tak,
you feel that something happened.
a potom vlastne tie body, vlastne tie nitky idú k sebe a tam sa v strede mozgu poboskajú a potom uvidíš
A
čo.
small explosion.
A to bude malá explózia.
And in this explosion, you are everywhere and nowhere.
A v tej explózii si všade a nikde.
So see if it works. It happens inside your brain. You have to visualize them at some point. You know, you can go many. You can meet the stars, meet the forest.
Že môžeš ísť ku hviezdám, môžeš ísť do lesov a potom sa vlastne stretáva zase naspäť hlava.
But here seriously, here you're gonna feel that suddenly something goes blank, like it goes like.
A na chvíľočku môžeš cítiť, že sa veľa ako vypne. Niekde ťa môže vypnúť.
Okay? Good. And then the last part.
A posledná časť.
It's very simple. The last part, so because you're blank, you're nowhere, anywhere, nowhere, you're gonna do it proper.
A preto, že si úplne vypnutý, je to jednoduché, tak ideš urobiť mistra Popra.
See you in the next time.
You said Mr. Proper?
Yeah.
You do Mr. Proper?
I'm not Mr. Proper, that's the proper position, the proper space.
I heard like you are going to do the Mr. Proper. Proper position.
Leave me alone. My cave.
Nechajte ma samého v tej jaskyni. Takže ide vlastne it is sarcophagus cave or...
No, it's actually something. It's a sarcophagus.
Sarkofág, takže vlastne takto pomaličky sa uložíš do sarkofágu.
It's a sarcophagus, and that's a very old. So that's part. This little piece is part of the mystery school. So it's very serious.
The last part, the last word.
Of the mystery
Že je to
school.
veľmi
Mystery.
Of the mystery school.
And there's
And
something.
it's very serious.
Very serious.
You know, I mean, it's
Že vlastne táto posledná časť, ten sarkofág a to padanie dole potom je vlastne časť mysterióznej školy, čo je také ďalšia časť continuum movement a je to vážna vec.
so basically it's like when you hear you are in your eternal beingness. Eternal, you're an eternal being. You have no beginning, no end, no nothing. You're here, you're not here.
Takže, že si nekonečná bytosť, si tu a nie si tu.
Which is very nice.
A,
That's important.
ale je to v podstate veľmi príjemné, veľmi fajn. A je to dôležitá časť, veľmi dôležitá časť sekvencie.
So it's also, there is another name that the Greek, a ritual that the Greek were doing is called incubation.
Toto je vlastne tiež dôležitá časť, alebo zmeniť, že čo robili Gréci, taký určitý rituál, ktorý sa volal inkubácia.
And incubation means that you stay there for a long time.
A to znamená, že tam vlastne ostávaš
So
dlhý čas.
you can fall asleep, you may be in a kind of a sleep or something.
Môžeš tam ostať dlhý čas, môžeš zaspať, sa ti zdá, že spíš, ale je to veľmi špecifický stav.
It's very specific what happens. So I'm just, you will explore it. Okay. And then the end of the dive, and then you start again. From the beginning, you start again with Asia.
A potom ideš zase odznova, zase ideš žák a
Because it's important to be able. So you see what the most important in this is like you move through a whole cycle, and you reborn again and you start again. So you're not lost. When you go into the sarcophagus, maybe it takes you like a week before you come back.
Mm-hmm. keď ideš vlastne do toho sarkofágu, tak sa ti to môže zdať, že ideš tam na týždeň a vrátiť sa zase naspäť odtiaľ.
You know, I mean,
Aj v úvodzovkách, hej.
but no, we want to be able to re-engage right away, to get into right away and be able to layer it, so we can get a lot of ease in adaptation. We can adapt.
Takže chceme ísť, ale chceme to, tým, že to chceme vrstviť, tak ideme zase znovu sa trošku prebrať, ale ideme znovu vrstviť, to ideme zase žák a znovu. Aby sme mali viac adaptácie.
So I can be in an eternal place, and then I can be into my, into a. And I'm here in my body and in my.
A potom zase idem sa stelesniť, idem viac aktívne a tak ďalej.
Okay, so I know it's a lot.
Ja viem, že je to veľa, ale...
Do toho sarkofágu, keď idem, tak iba, akože si predstavím, že si láhnem do sarkofágu, ale nikam nepadávam nič, že proste ten sarkofág je ako tu, hej?
Okay, good question. So I was asking, so I'm just lying to the sarcophagus and I don't fall anywhere. I don't go with the gravity. I don't release. What I release? I really go with the gravity. Yes. Takže čo je dôležité, že pripomenúť, že keď si láhnem do toho sarkofágu, tak je tam ešte jedna časť, ktorá urobí to uvoľnenie s gravitáciou, že sa odovzdávam gravitácii, odovzdávam sa Zemi. To je dôležitá časť toho celého.
The sarcophagus can bring you in many places.
Sarkofág ťa môže priniesť na veľa miest.
Usually dimensional places.
Zvyčajne dimenzionálnych miest. But on purpose, we go down and then release.
You don't have much to do. I mean, you don't have to do. You just stay there and you relax and you let yourself be carried.
Yeah. I think last year we kind of released even.
Yeah.
I think there was some kind of like intentionally go even deeper or something like this. Yeah. Ale že nechaj to tam, ale môžeš to tam, čokoľvek ťa napadne. So whatever comes.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel yourself in space. You feel like you're floating like an asteroid.
Niekedy zase môže byť naopak, že si vznášaný v tom sarkofágu, že nie ani ísť dole, ale práve, že sa nadnášať a možno ísť hore.
Sometimes you're floating on water or in water.
Niekedy sa zase môže zdať, že si na vode, že plávaš na hladine.
Sometimes you're the whole universe. You feel like, oh, my sarcophagus is really big.
Takže možno ísť, že celé vesmíru, že sa ti zdá, že ten sarkofág je naozaj veľký.
It's a place where it's home. It's like your eternal being.
Je to taký taký domček, je to domovček, že kde sa stane kadečo.
It's very resourceful.
Je to odpočinok, ale je to plné zdrojov, veľmi veľa zdrojov tam môžeš nájsť.
Okay. So let's go. So
I don't think we will
and we will write it.
Okay. Once again, yes, I have to write it. Yes. So this is written already, so this you know. So remember, all things we've done, the only thing we didn't do is the breath, and maybe we do the theta breath with the two strands that kind of go like all that. They expand, come back, and cross. What's important is like you can see them in a mirror, and you can see them crossing. And then at some point they meet in the center of your brain and they go like that. And from this moment you can...
To, čo hovoril predtým, že to ide do nosa, ide to všade a potom sa to stretne vlastne v strede a potom ideš do sarkofágu.
Možno blbá otázka, ale keď robíš CTB, tak vlastne dávaš vzduch von, ako zároveň dávaš aj vzduch. To je predstava. Takže vlastne tú predstavu kreslíš ako keby... Dobrá otázka.
So, basically we have this, then we have the E, whale. Oh, sorry, no, I forgot the E. What was that one? It was after this.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you said before the whale.
Before the whale, exactly. Yes.
And then the linear.
Whale. Open attention. Okay, so that's the second part. Third part, tongue clock. Play with the tongue, and if you want to try the flying.
A zahra sa s jazykom a potom môžeš skúsiť tú raju. S
And
jazykom.
then your heart and your with the hand. Yeah, and last part.
A posledná časť.